Good evening and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day, number 244, part 5, using Sefer Hachinuch. Mitzvah Day keeps your soul in its way. Not to mate animals of different species, found in the third book of Vayikra, Parshas Kedoshim. With regard to this prohibition, as well as with other Torah laws, a question arises in identifying the species of an animal whose mother and father were of two different species, i.e., a crossbred animal. The Gemara in Chulin discusses this question at length. It emerges from the discussion that the mother's species is always taken into account in determining the identity of the offspring. However, there's a Tanaic dispute whether, in addition, the father's species is taken into account or not. This concept is known as Choshin L'Zera Ha'av. We concern ourselves with the father's seed. The halacha that emerges from the Gemara is also a matter of dispute among the Rishonim. The Chinuch cites two opinions in this dispute, beginning with that of the Rif. Concerning this prohibition, the way to determine the species of a crossbred animal depends entirely upon the identity of the mother. For the halacha follows the opinion that we do not concern ourselves with the father's seed in determining the identity of the offspring. This is according to what appears to be the decision of Rav Yitzchak Alfazi of blessed memory, the Rif. The Chinuch presents the dissenting view. However, there are other commentaries, Tosfos, Chulin, Bal Mahamaor, who rule that since there are sages in the Gemara who remained in doubt whether we concern ourselves with the father's seed or we do not concern ourselves with it, and this matter was not resolved, we must therefore always take the stringent side in the matter. The question of whether in determining the species of an animal we concern ourselves with the father's seed has ramifications in numerous areas of Torah law. Having cited the opinion that the matter is undecided and each case must be treated stringently, the Chinuch proceeds to explain how this applies in practice in various areas of law. The Chinuch addresses the prohibitions of slaughtering an animal and its offspring on the same day, which is Mitzvah 294, the prohibition of mating different species, this Mitzvah, and the prohibition of plowing or doing work with two animals of different species, which is Mitzvah 550. Thus, concerning the mitzvah prohibition of slaughtering an animal and its offspring on the same day, we are stringent and we do concern ourselves with the father's seed. It is therefore prohibited to slaughter a male animal and its offspring on the same day. In the case that we can identify the father, to know that it was the animal that sired this offspring. On the other hand, concerning the mitzvah prohibition of mating two species and the mitzvah prohibition of plowing or driving a wagon with one animal of one species together with another animal of a different species, following the stringent possibility means that we do not concern ourselves with the father's seed. That is, we do not say that the father should be considered, even in part, the same species as the offspring, whenever the mother is of another species. It's a lot complicated over here, complicated. We'll get to the home stretch tomorrow. Thanks for listening to the sponsor Future Mitzvah, 36,100 for the gold. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. Remember, we got to do Chazara.